and looking at the way we have been told the Chinese are operating, how will this poultry farmer be able to use that loan well enough to make profit and pay back the loan?
Yes, so that is one point that I made mention of some sort of influx in the country. You see, the importation of, poultry products, that is the frozen chicken, which people tell me to be mortuary chicken. We have live, fresh chicken in the country, like what I'm producing with my outgrowers. I have some farmers who are also growing chicken for me, as well as myself from growing chicken, which I think you've heard of it, Boris B chicken, BBC, and which we could increase it for many farmers to enjoy, and even those who are not farmers, even to come on board to produce more, and of course to create jobs. If we don't cut such things or have maybe a quota, because I still believe in the old system that we were running, the 40-60% system, which of course any person who wants to import chicken into the country should firstly procure 40% of the local, what we have locally, before he's allowed to bring in 60%. This is something that will work and work better. But if we allow people just to bring anything into the country, they dump it, let me put it that way, then of course we always have this, because they are in straight competition with the local industry. And so it makes all your infrastructure and everything that you have meaningless. It makes it weak. You cannot even use it for any kind of local better production. And that is what is killing the industry at this moment. But I don't see why, you see, we've been talking about this for years, months, decades, and it's still happening. Because somebody's interest, is somewhere, and it's making it very difficult for the normal average Ghanaian, to produce even chicken in this country. So, which means, are we so dumb? Let me use the word straight. This time, we're not going to, how do you call it? We are not going to polish our words anymore or choose our words anymore. Are we so dumb that we cannot even produce chicken? Is that what we are being told? We are producing chicken. We have intelligent people who can produce the chicken in this country. Are you getting my point? Poultry farmers in this country, Ashanti region, have the biggest population of chicken. We produce more chicken than eggs in this country. Are we saying that we're sitting down for our industry to collapse? But when I speak this way, people don't get it. You see, because it has gone. I started speaking years back, and I've been talking about this. I saw it coming. Projection, forecast. So we saw that things are coming, and it's going to hit the whole industry. But people will not understand it. People will not listen, especially with the kind of people who regulate certain things for us, and also our bankers. So how do we revive or revamp this whole industry? Because we cannot sit down for all the influx, all these kind of $375 million worth of imported chicken to come and collapse our business, and all the infrastructure. Now go to all the farms. But I went to Richard Farms, which has a capacity of 280,000 beds. Go and see how all his roofs and all his buildings are breaking down. Go and see. Go and see. Akuetteh Farms and all the rest, how they are suffering. So
what we have talked about this, like you rightly said, Doc, like you rightly said, over the years we've talked about this. It doesn't seem to change. What will it take, in your estimation? What should we be doing differently that will bring the restructuring that you're talking about? That will make the banks help, these farmers. What do we need to really do that will bring the change that you're talking about?
Let me tell you, poultry farmers. Every poultry farmer in this country has suffered and is still suffering because of the kind of way our importation. There is no special restriction. No special restriction on the imports. So they keep on bringing in the chicken day in and day out. And some people have now become golden queens in this country. Some people have become, let me put it this way, they're untouchable. So they can do whatever they want in this country.
So you are the chairman of the Poultry Farmers Association. You are a leader.
Yes,
You're a leader. What steps have you taken to help, ameliorate the problems of some of these young farmers? Some of them are folding up.
Do you know on how many times and on how many platforms and in how many offices that I have spoken? I just don't want to mention names, but the way I'm speaking right now, talking right now, should tell you that there's something happening that is not good. And that I believe that, our high authorities, maybe they should do something about it. Because, you see, I don't see demonstration. I don't see, all those kind of things, of course, which we might end up doing because poultry farmers, they are cursing or they want to demonstrate. And sometimes people even think that I'm the one, preventing it. But I just always tell them that, yes, please, let's find a better solution. Because at least we've gone to the president. We've gone to the Parliamentary Select Committee. We've gone to, certain the minister's office and everything. We've spoken. Now, at least we are waiting to hear something. But you see, sometimes when it trickles down to certain points, it becomes very difficult for me. Even after talking to the President of the Republic of Ghana, where he stated clearly that, look, you want me to, maybe bring the importation down or cancel the importation or whatever. But I don't think that the Agri Minister and the Trade Minister or, the people who are involved, you have the numbers on the table to show me clearly how we should go about it. The President said this on the 19th of April, 2021, when we visited him as a poultry group. And so, of course, the President is waiting to see that, of course, to show what he has to do. Because at the end of the day, the businesses still rest at the ministry level. And it's not the President. The President will only review or look at it and then bring it before cabinet, or the ministers will bring it before cabinet for them to review and know what to do.
And when he went to the ministers, when he went to the Ministry of the Ministers, what did they say to you?
They are working on it. On April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 6 months now.
They are working on it. They are working on it.
So my point is, this is how I as a regional chairman, plus my national chairman, plus other regional chairmen, this is the level that we've gone to. So for me, it makes it difficult, you see, to blame the president at this moment because he's waiting for, his ministers to bring all these things so we can
put more pressure on the ministers. But before you go, Dr. Boris B, what would you want to say to young farmers like the ones I have in my studios who are saying that they cannot even pay their bank loans, who are saying that they are selling off their laying birds, who are saying that they even intend to lay off workers? What do you want to say to these young farmers who have invested money into this business?
Well, all I can say is that let's keep putting our heads together. Okay, most of the farmers too. Sometimes I turn to blame some of the farmers because you see, we need to be more united. We need to come into the association to share ideas, views. But when you stay in your homes, and of course you think of something and you don't come together as a group, as an association, because government would always recognize association, not individuals. That's why we know it. Okay, so we would want to we want all people to come together because sometimes even if we call meetings so we can all brainstorm. Yes, we know that nothing is seriously happening, of course, to the benefit of the poultry farmers, but then I still feel that these are people, we all have to come together and think and find a way, a proper plan of how we can execute, our plans and let the government also know. This is our grievances, this is our problems, this is our challenges. Yeah, and then they can also look at it. But, sometimes I don't blame them because you've done everything. You've submitted whatever, to the ministry level, and we're still waiting.
Dr. Boris B, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us on Love 99.5. And he says that if we should decide to even tell people who import poultry products